Hi, I'm Linda Uri Greenberg. I'm the VP of Consumer Research for Sony Music. And my job, overview of my position at Sony Music. Well, we are working on anything that touches the consumer. We are the department that people within Sony Music come to when they have a question about what is the consumer like for a particular artist. And we have artists who range from every genre that you could imagine and every age group that you could imagine. So we're tracking information on mobile, on social media, as well as a lot of information about artists. I've been here a really, really long time, probably longer than many of you have been alive. But I started undergraduate work. I was an art history and English major at Wellesley College in Massachusetts. And when I finished that degree, my dad said, great, what are you going to do with that? And I said, well, graduate school, here I come. So I have a master's of education in human development and children's television from Harvard, and I segued from that degree to advertising, and I ended up working in advertising for a couple of years. So I worked at J. Walter Thompson, and then I worked at a small ad agency called DeGarmo that was bought by a bigger one called Darcy, and then I came here. But here was actually CBS Records. So I worked at CBS Records until it was bought by Sony Music. So that's my career path. What I look for in a potential job candidate is somebody who is going to be a good part of my team, bring skills that I need in terms of quantitative analysis, and as I said, probably the best person always is a person who asks me a lot of questions. Somebody who comes to an interview and has bothered to do their homework and knows about Sony Music and asks me questions about what's happening in the business, what do I see the future to be, those kinds of things, showing that that they're not just coming in the door looking for a job, but they're certainly curious about the business and can produce product. If there's a sample report that they can bring, so I can see what their thinking is, what their analysis skills would be, because so much of what we need somebody to do is to be able to analyze sometimes a fair amount of data and put it into a format that's going to be easy for many executives here who are very non-research oriented. We are not a packaged goods company in the traditional sense where at Procter & Gamble or Colgate, they're very used to reading 80, 100-page reports. We have executives here who want to see 10 bullets. You can attach a report, but it better be quick and it better be put together so that they can just process it, get it quickly. So when I'm looking at candidates, I'm looking for people who I feel can bring that. The skills that are really important to work in consumer research are, to be sure that you are somebody who likes to ask and answer questions. I often tell people that really what my job entails is to ask and answer questions, because we are either responding to something, somebody has come to us and said, I have a problem, I need to know whatever it is I need to know about the artist, about the genre, about a specific title, about something that's happening in mobile, digital, social media, or I need your help in figuring something out. I don't know what I need to know. I'm just starting a project and I don't yet know how to market this. Help me figure that out. We talk about every day is the conversion of physical to digital, and how some people, the most valued customer for us is the person obviously who's doing both, who still has maybe moved to digital for tracks, but is still have one foot in the physical world and is buying CDs. But we do have people who are digital only. We have people who are physical only. We have people who are hybrids. And as I said, those are the consumers that we find to be the most valuable. And tracking that and understanding better, what the barriers are, how people are viewing that. The trend certainly for music discovery, in terms of how people are finding out about new music, has changed dramatically. It used to be traditional radio, and now the numbers of ways that people are finding out about music, from holding up your phone for music recognition, either Shazam or Music ID or some other music recognition, to online blogs or newsletters that people read, or word of mouth certainly is bigger than ever. Music discovery is certainly something key that we're looking at. And then the explosion of direct to consumer, and the idea of being able to reach directly to your consumer, offering limited edition, high-end special packages through that mechanism, D2C, that would never be in a store, but are something where you can reach the fan, and having a relationship with the fan where you can give them that kind of super fan, uber fan product, and know that you've made them happy. You've done a small number of something that's very special that only a few thousand people might own. That's another key thing that we, and I think other companies, are doing.